All right, hi everybody, I'm Christopher, I'm back again. So this was the Singer machine that I just demoed. And here's my other Singer machine, same model number that I'm going to demo for this one. All right, so as you can see, it's the same model machine. And, you know, I've had these two machines for quite a while now. And right out of the box, they work beautiful. I think some sewing machine dealers that don't carry these machines will badmouth them. You know, the people who are going to buy these machines are not really people who are going to sew 8 hours a day. But I do sew a lot, and I've used these machines a lot. And they work well for me. Now, you got to remember now, I've got the most top-of-the-line sewing machines in different brands. I've got the basic budget machines like this in like a Singer brand. And I've had success in all these machines. I have been the sewing machine dealers in the past that told me when I was using metallic thread, you can't use metallic thread. I've been to sewing machine dealers who said, you can't use Coats & Clark thread. You know, I'm so tired of sewing machine dealers telling me what I can and cannot do. So guess what I did? Stay with me and I'll tell you. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. So, what did I do? What did I do when they told me you can't do this and you can't do that? I used it. I used the things that they told me I couldn't do, and I had amazing success. Then I ended up writing 2 books and traveling the whole country teaching and having success with every sewing machine out there and all the threads that they told me I could never use. And then having success with these machines, as you can see here. Now this is just like the other machine I just demoed in my previous video. And look at this. So freaking nice. Now I lost the standard presser foot that came with this machine, so I borrowed a presser foot from my Juki machine that fit on here. So let's talk about Singer. So Singer, the company that owns Singer also owns Viking and Pfaff. And if you go to the Singer website now, guess what they're selling on the Singer website? They're selling Pfaff and Viking sewing machines. Can you believe that? So naturally, these dealers are really upset. And I guess I would be too if I was a dealer. But that's why there's so many dealers out there that have multi-line machines in their stores that they carry. But there's one thing that I never ever appreciated was a dealer who badmouthed another brand machine or badmouth a thread that they didn't carry. And I'll tell you why. Viking, when it was on television all those years and at the sewing machine stores, when Viking was out there and the first embroidery machines came out, everybody was using sulky thread. Everybody was using sulky brand embroidery thread with no problem. No problem. Beautiful thread. Then all of a sudden, Sulky just got a contract with the big box stores to put sulky thread in the big box stores. Suddenly, oh, that's bad thread. It's no good. It's no good. Why are you telling me it's no good when all these years you were selling it? Then all the years they were selling Coats & Clark construction thread. Coats & Clark is in all the big box stores. All of a sudden now you hear, oh, that's horrible thread. All the dealers are saying, you shouldn't be using that thread. It's terrible thread. And I'm like, why are you telling people that? I have success with mine. I never have a problem. Why are they telling that? So now I'm not here to diss a sewing machine dealer because these people are privately owned and they need to stay in business. And I'm always encouraging people to go to your local sewing machine dealer, especially if you want to learn and have like maintenance on your machines and everything. So I always encourage, I've always encouraged. I taught, listen to this now, the progressive sewing machine dealers in the United States invited me to teach and do big events at their stores for like 4 years. So for 4 years, I was teaching at all these progressive sewing machine dealers across the country. But those other dealers that were bad-mouthing everything, they never invited anyone like me. They never did big events like me. They're still struggling. Why are they still struggling? Because they never opened their doors to invite diversity in. When I went and taught my workshops across the country, I was using sulky thread. I was using Coates and Clark thread. I used all the different brands of thread in my workshops at sewing machine dealers. And the machines we were working on all sewed flawlessly, and they all have flawless results. Now, think about this. If you want to sell a $4,000, $6,000, $8,000, $10,000, $12,000, $20,000 sewing machine, but you're telling me that thread, this other brand thread, will not work on that thread. I can only buy the thread that you carry. Then I'm going to walk away from you, and I'm going to go buy a $150 sewing machine at Walmart like this, because this $150 sewing machine will use any brand thread, and it'll sew beautiful like it is here. You see? So take that to heart and understand. Now, there's junk in everything. And like I said, the reason why I like this machine for a beginner, it is all aluminum frame, and it works great. It works great. I've had 2 of these machines right out of the box. They sew flawlessly. And you can see in all the videos that I'm showing you. Right? Now, even you quilters love to quilt. Well, I went and bought let's see here. I bought a quilting foot. I'm sorry, a piecing foot. We get in the habit of calling everything quilting, and we gotta be careful when we say that. This is a piecing foot. It pieces fabrics together with a 1/4 inch. You have a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So let me just fold this fabric, and I'll butt the fabric up against the edge there, and then make sure that needle is in the center needle position, which it is. And then this would be my 1/4 inch seam allowance. So for all you guys and gals out there who like to do quilt piecing, you can get yourself a 1/4 inch foot. There's your 1/4 inch. Now, this machine comes with plastic bobbins, but I also found you can use the metal bobbins too, class 15. This is a very versatile machine. Take care of it. Now, the only other thing I found I have to do is put a couple drops of oil here, and then I'll take this off and I'll put oil on the needle bar, and read your instruction manual, see if you have to do any oiling everywhere else. I have not found I had to do any more. Yeah, but if you're a person who is going to sew occasionally, or you're doing a bunch of masks right now, and then this is a great machine to get started with. It really is. So I can only tell you my experience with what I've done in my craft and the machines that I carry, that I buy. I'm just not carry because I don't sell them, but the machines that I buy. Everything you see me using is mine, and everything you see me using I have success with. So someone's going to badmouth something and tell you it's bad. Hey, like even those cheap brother machines with a plastic framing that have no aluminum frame, that's great for like little 2 pieces of cotton and stuff. But it's not great for going over really, really thick layers because you don't have an aluminum frame. And when you're going over something thick, what's going to happen is when that needle goes down, the top of the machine is going to move with the bottom machine, and you're going to have skip stitches and breaking of needles. So every machine has its limit. Remember that. Every machine has its limit, and it's designed to do only so much. They call this Singer model here a heavy duty machine. And as you can see, it goes through this like butter. I'm not having problems with this. You see? And this is Coates and Clark thread. So take everything of what someone's telling you, and then you go, and if you know how to use a sewing machine and you're very confident and you are an operator, it's like being a mechanic or a driver. Say you drive a car. If you could parallel park, you could drive any car. And it's the same with like a sewing machine. If you could parallel park, you know how to maneuver. You can use any sewing machine. But if you're driving a car and you don't know how to back up and you don't know how to parallel park, you're going to have problems understanding how to use a sewing machine. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, so I hope that clarifies everything with everybody. And remember, there's a machine for every budget. Just make sure the machine you buy for you, if you want to do something a little heavier, has that built-in aluminum frame. All right? And yes, I do encourage you to visit your local sewing machine dealers. But as soon as they start bad-mouthing something else and not explain why or show you, walk away. Walk away. You know, I'm a hairdresser. When people come in and they got a bad haircut or they have a certain type, at first I look at it and I say, okay, it's textured on the ends. I'm thinking to myself, do you have a picture? Show me what you asked for. No. Did you show the hairdresser a picture of what you wanted? No, I explained it to them. Okay. Then other people say, yes, this is the picture I showed them. And the picture is a textured haircut. 9 times out of 10, the previous hairdresser they went to did exactly what they asked them to, what the client asked them to. But the client is not being truthful with me. I'll get a new client in my chair that's not being honest and telling me what they really wanted. Because if that previous hairdresser really messed them up, they would go back to that previous hairdresser to get it fixed. But because they didn't communicate properly or have visual, they didn't get what they wanted. So when they come to me, I say, let's look at visual. Show me a photo exactly of what you want, and we're going to duplicate that. And then I'm going to add to that and explain what I'm going to do if you'd like me to, so it's my creative part. Just like sewing machines. They give you a basic. This is a basic sewing machine. Now we're going to be creative. What can we do to be creative with it? And read your instruction manuals, follow it. Once you know how to operate a sewing machine, then you could be creative and do amazing things with it. All right? But remember, everything does have its limit. Everything does have its limits, built just like industrial machines. Industrial machines are built for high performance power, continuous sewing, continuous sewing. These home machines like this, they're built for the occasional sewing. Person who's a novice sewer may do a little bit more sewing than just once a year. You know, they probably might do some sewing maybe a couple hours a week, sewing over some denim jeans and stuff. This is perfect. No problem at all. But if you're going to do heavy duty sewing all day long on it, you're going to want to get an industrial machine. All right? So when someone says something bad about something, like I've told you, comparisons, I explained. Let them explain. Let them explain. All right? Take care, everybody. Love you. Bye.